Hey, welcome to the King's Speech. It's been a minute, so let's go. Can black people be racist? This is a question that has quietly been asked and talked about, so let's get into it. First, you have to understand that individually, you can be a bigot, but not racist. And that's because racism is a machine, a system that was implemented, and it produced bigotry. So let's talk about it. Bigotry versus racism. First thing you have to understand is that racism is a group system of monopolization, domination of resource, opportunity, and privilege. In order to be racist, you must have the power to implement, control, and rule. Prejudice plus power equals racism, a power that African Americans don't have. You or I can be a bigot, meaning you or I can hate someone because their skin is different. If I dislike a person because they are white, or someone dislikes me because I'm black, that's bigotry. Me or that person can have an emotionally charged opinion about all members of another racial group. Bigotry is not racism. Now let me show you what racism is. It's a system where you created a class system based on race, and you put the black race at the very bottom, and you put the white race at the top, and everybody else in between. So now you have all the other groups looking down on black people as the worst. And that just is one aspect of racism. Now let's flip it around. Let's say you have an all-black institution, and you, for example, a Caucasian, work in that all-black institution. Then he or she can be a victim of racism, because in that institution, they control the resources, the opportunities, and the privileges. Now, it's not very often that you get a non-black person working for an all-black institution, because we don't own many industries in this country to begin with. But black people face this all the time in white institutions. It was so bad that they had to pass non-discriminatory laws to make things fair. The point is, bigotry is an emotionally charged opinion about all members of another group. Racism, you don't have that at all. Racism is power and control of privileges over other groups. Let me make it simple for you. You are in charge of distributing resources to a mixed group of people. Now, if you keep all the best cuts for yourself and your group, and give the scraps and the not-so-desirables to the other groups, that is racism. Because you only care about the growth of your group, even though you're supposed to treat all groups the same. Now, let's say hypothetically, a Caucasian like Tina Marie or Eminem has no bigotry towards black people, but they still benefit from systemic racism. The fact that both are accepted and even considered great is largely due because they are Caucasian, a minority in a black genre. So they stand out, and we instinctively zone in on them. And we are impressed that they can do what we do, and they can do it far better than most other Caucasians. But if he or she is black with the exact same skill, they may not be in the GOAT conversation, because amongst the multitude of other talented black artists, they have to stand out. Now here's what typically happens. When racism and bigotry happens around Caucasians, or any other group towards black people, 9 out of 10 times, you ignore it rather than address it. Because a lot of people will say, I don't practice racism. I don't discriminate against blacks. And you may not, but what about when you see it happening right in front of you? So you end up being guilty, not through commission, but because you didn't do nothing. You're guilty through omission. You saw it, and you stayed silent. The silent racism may be worse than the active racism because you are a witness to the crime, and you choose to ignore it. You looked the other way, and you walked away. As a white person, Caucasians cannot opt out of the system of racism because they benefit from the privileges of it, whether they want to or not. Some may not want the privileges of being white, but there's nothing he or she will do about it because it's built into society. It's built into the system. So you can still be racist, even if you don't have an intent to do so, because you're going to benefit from your white privilege, whether you want to or not. You can't opt out the system. White people belong to a system that gives them an unfair advantage over black people and other groups, whether you like it or not. And if you say, well, yeah, how can I be racist if I'm benefiting from something that I didn't sign up for? Then my rebuttal to that is, what have you done to change the system and make it fair? Why aren't you at City Hall petitioning to change these racist codes and laws that are enforced by your white institutions. We can't change it, we don't have the power. They practically ignore us when it's just us trying. But when there is enough of you petitioning, we get results. Just look at how long and the multitude of petitions it took to pass the anti-lynching law, which just passed in March of 2022. Imagine belonging to a people that can be lynched legally and having that hanging over your heads. And if you don't see the unfairness of it all, it's because you are very comfortable with the privileges and benefits you get from being at the top of the racism caste system, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally. Look, racism is a very ugly and uncomfortable subject, especially for Caucasians. The truth is, yes, African Americans can be bigoted, but we can't be racist because we don't have the power to be. We have always just been on the receiving end of it.